I was gonna say the final. I guess we don't really know. It's time for more baby steps. Is the most important thing. It is baby steps o'clock, and I think I've decided to stick to what we proposed at the end of last week's stream, which is that what I'm gonna do is I was gonna set up a timer in OBS, but I got lazy and I didn't bother my arse. So instead, I will just keep an eye on the clock while we're streaming here. I'm gonna give myself an hour, okay, to get past this section that I got stuck on last week in baby steps, right? And I found this section very frustrating. For those of you who didn't watch it last week, the downtime, the kind of punishment time, the waiting to go again for each attempt in this section to me was just like, all right, this is going to be diminishing returns in terms of entertainment value. It's too much. So what we're going to do is I'm giving myself an hour. Okay, I've got 1 hour to get past this section. If I'm still on this same section in 1 hour's time, I'm calling it. All right, I'm calling it, and we're going to do something else, all right? If I can get through it, then we're persevering. I would like to persevere. I would like to finish this game, because I'm liking this game. But, I'll ring us on a 10-stream streak. I like that feature that they introduced that, and I feel like it only started triggering for me very recently. But, no, I'm not going to bin it already. I did think about it, but I was like, you know, I hate to leave things half done. That's my thing. That's my thing. I hate to leave things half done. Anyway, let's jump straight in here. So yeah, we're mid floating down the ocean here. Oh, this brings me back to last week, I believe it was. I've never been able to do anything at this one here. Let me just see, is there anything at all I can do here? I never even came close to crossing this, any of my previous attempts. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way, if you're in the States. Hope you're having a nice day. Hope you've turned this on after, I suppose it's too early for... No, there's no way you can cross this. There's just no way. What am I missing here? Oh, do I need to... Oh, is it a go down and try and cross the log? Okay. But yeah, I hope after dinner, all the Americans are gonna be like, all right, come on, lads, let's gather around the fire and let's watch last night's Ark Raiders VOD. I heard Barry and the lads were taking on the matriarch. Oh shit! Can I actually cross this? After I failed spectacularly to do so. Oh my god, fell at the final hurdle. Okay, but at least we know we can cross that. I'm going to take that as some semblance of progress, but that's not enough to get us over the line to keep going here. Alright, let's try this one again. I just very rushedly, I just squeezed in the end of Dynamite before this here broadcast. Okay, we're failing. Guys, I'm failing. The ultimate mixed bag, one might say, about this week's Dynamite. Let me open up a beer here while my guy is drowning. If you like the C2 and the things the C2 offers you as a wrestling fan, then I think you will like the C2 content of this week's Dynamite. If you find the other stupid bullshit AEW does to be annoying, then it certainly won't be a perfect episode of TV, I'll say that much. Might be quite atypical, that might be the phrase I would use. Alrighty. Yeah, the more dumb bullshit they do, the more fun the actual wrestling is. That might be the case. Yeah, the finals are pretty predictable, but I don't mind that, because that's also true of a lot of G1s as well. Like, I don't mind that the finals are predictable, because typically, including this year, it's like, okay, well, that's because there's a little bit of booking vision going on, which is fine. You know, because it's like, okay, are we just building to Okada to Takeshita? Yes. But am I really into that match? Also, yes. So that's fine. Also, you get nice little things where, like, you know, you can have Fletcher, like, got the nice little... I'd call it an upset on Dynamite, and now also, because he has the tiebreaker over Okada, that's going to color the rest of the tournament, you know, because Fletcher is obviously going to be protected really strong. We're all assuming Okada wins, but, like, Okada doesn't just have to match Fletcher, he now has to beat him in points, because if they tie, Fletcher has the tiebreaker advantage. It's all, like, just classic, just simple kind of, like, G1 style wrestling storylines, and then you have all the other fucking shit on the show. Because, like, Fletcher Okada was really good as well, because they were... The psychology of it was just really solid, and... They didn't do the thing that they sometimes do, which is the heels, like, really over the top, like, trying to out-cheat each other. There was, like, a little bit of that, but not really. I thought they didn't over-egg that stuff, which is really good. I did this last time as well, and oh, yeah, over there. Okay. Yeah. One thing that I also thought was... Shit! I incorrectly thought was quote-unquote predictable. And I was like, well, it wasn't predictable, because I would have predicted wrong. Was that I thought Moxley was going to lose the vast majority. I thought that was going to be one of the big upsets. Was I thought he was going to lose to Dorada on the first night. Because they're obviously doing this thing where the Death Riders are eyeing him up because he's just not getting it done anymore. But he won fairly... Not just... It was a competitive match, but the finish was fairly decisive. You know, Moxley just straight up won. So, yes, now I got to this last time, and I was unsure how to... Oh, there's a path around the side, but that won't get me... That will just get me back up. Okay. On the subject of AEW tournaments, that tag tournament is like... I don't know if I'm ready to call it a disaster, but it certainly hasn't been good. Okay. So now we just did this on the lower level, so I guess you can just walk... Because it seems like the thing... Oh my god, this is so fucking insane. It seems like your big fatso's body, it does have physics, but it seems like, because we saw it in last week's stream where I was kind of clipping against the side of the sand area. Remember the sand area? My god. Like, your feet are the most important thing. It doesn't really seem like, within reason, it seems like your big fat body and your big fat head, and again, this guy looks a bit like me, he has a big fat head. You can rub his head and body off a surface within reason, and it won't it will not break your progress. I think so long as your feet are the feet are the game. So long as your feet are fairly planted, we've fucking done it. We've made progress instantly. After all my dramatics last week, we have fucking instantly made progress. Oh my god, I cannot believe that. I was getting ready. I was Googling while I was watching Dynamite. I was like, how to set up a 60-minute timer in OBS. How to, you know. Alright, well, whatever. You know what? It's cause for celebration. The playthrough is on. Yeah, the feet positioning matters most. In fact, I'd be curious to see, I mean, I assume there is some degree of resistance on the head and the body, so I don't think it's completely irrelevant, but it definitely seems very much weighted in favor of if your feet are planted correctly, you know, the character can bend over a little bit and have his head scrape against the wall a little bit.
Hey, Moose.
Oh, hey, buddy. Oh, no, what happened to you?
Oh, I just got a little wet.
Yeah. Didn't, think of taking the zip line over there?
Oh, no.
Well, let's get you warmed up. Come over here by the fire.
Oh, thanks.
Making marshmallows. You want one?
Yeah.
Oh, he actually said yes to something.
So, what are you doing with all that wood?
Oh, this, I'm taking it up to my cabin in the mountains. Building a little toilet, don't you know?
Toilet?
Yeah. Yeah, labor of love.
What? Where'd you say that cabin was again?
Oh, shadow of the mountaintop. Like, right up there. Really high.
Oh.
Yeah. But, where are you headed?
Oh, mountain
Where's my mouse? Don't worry about
top?
Mountaintop?
Yeah, just the mountain top.
Like the summit?
Yeah.
it.
You, know there's nothing up there, right?
Yeah.
Just a white triangle.
No, just, but it's for the thrill of the climb.
It's through the game.
It's thrilling to you.
Yeah, yep.
Just feet, huh?
Yeah, just feet.
Okay. Looks like this one's ready.
Oh, thanks.
You know what's funny about that pairing,
How do you
Ross?
like it?
I have seen The
It was a little
Beekeeper. I have not
undercooked.
seen The Fugitive.
Didn't realize
I
we
should
had an
watch The
expert
Fugitive.
among us.
Beekeeper was
Maybe
pretty
you
fun.
should show old Moose how it's done.
Okay, I kind of just stick it right in there.
Call center
Oh,
scammers
fire.
is a great
not a briquette.
No, it's
set of villains
Make it
for
crunchy
a stupid Jason Statham action movie. All right, we got our light fixtures removed. Onward and upward. Is that David Ayer? Oh my goodness.
Nice.
Hey, Mike.
Hi, Ethan. Moose. Yeah, yeah, Moose to you. Too,
Yeah,
buddy.
I was gonna say like the most
It was,
inconsistent
sorry, it's been bothering me. I was
filmmaker
talking to
ever. I never
Jim.
saw Fury. People
Yeah.
liked
He said
Fury.
you turned down his lantern.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was thinking to myself, how'd you get through the fortress? That's crazy.
Oh, yeah, no, not a problem.
Didn't you stop?
I would love to read the text between him and
I
James
just
Gunn.
ran right through there.
Nice.
Because they apparently
He
they
was
did
doing
speak
everything
about
the hard
releasing
way.
his version
Yeah.
of
Incredible.
Suicide Squad.
I might see up top.
Yeah,
Like early
yeah.
Alright,
days
Slaughter.
of Gunn
Oh,
taking
yeah,
over.
Salada.
Taking over the DC thing.
Just doing it the hard way, huh?
Oh, no, yeah, no, that was just bullshit. You know, just having,
Oh yeah, just bullshit.
yeah.
Where'd you say you
By
were
the way,
headed
for
again?
the Game Awards stream in a few weeks,
Mountaintop.
I was
Yeah.
joking last night, but I really am probably going to have to get close to the mic
Well,
and
I got a
talk
lot to
like
get on
this.
with. I
Because
gotta
my
go
wife
this
was
tomorrow.
like, "That soundproofing you bought ain't doing shit."
maybe I'll
She was
see
like,
you
"It ain't
tonight."
doing
Yeah,
shit."
maybe.
Well, last night's Arc
See ya.
Raider stream, which is one of my favorite
Yeah,
streams I've done all
okay,
year,
Yes, he's doing.
I was screaming during that some bitch. So I'm not surprised the soundproofing wasn't really working. But okay, we got a couple of different routes here. We follow the train tracks. Whoopsie. Alright, so now that we've gotten past that section, no matter how additionally frustrated I get, we will be soldiering on with this game until we beat it, at which point we will be switching to Hades 2 for the remainder of the year. We're having a day switch as well, by the way, so if we're still playing this next week, that will be Wednesday instead of Thursday. I'm not going to be able to get up here. Okay. Kind of from looking at those maps I mentioned a few weeks ago, it really feels like, you know, the thing you should learn if you're starting this game soon, you're approaching from scratch. The thing I would advise is it's wider and more expansive than you might realize. So if you bump your head against something like that, look around, explore, go the opposite way you originally went. Like, it's not the most open-ended open world of all time, but like there are more options than you might initially think from like looking at your surroundings. And obviously this type of game has been around for a couple of years now. You had Only Up and various other games like it, you know, kind of less sophisticated versions. And they are pretty linear. They are pretty like there's one way forward, you know. Whereas this is doing a little bit more kind of like... realistic is the wrong word, but... sophisticated is also the right... actually, no, sophisticated might be the right word I'm looking for here. Like, actual world design, world building, and stuff like that. I look at some of those, like, streamer climbing games, like Only Up, and I'm like, man, this just looks like a bunch of assets from, like, fucking... oh, shit, I made it! I made it! That's fucking hilarious. That is fucking hilarious, I made it. Okay, this game is good. Like, Only Up did just look like a bunch of Epic Store assets thrown together to great success, obviously. Okay, can I do this? Yes, I can do this. Oh, wedgie. Okay, the thing I'm kind of realizing here, the Zen kind of realization is I as realistically animated as a lot of this stuff is, and as kind of inherently realistic as the walking feels early on, at least in this game, I think I'm kind of engaging more with the kind of game logic of this, and it's kind of like, if I can just put my foot up here, like, as ridiculous as it is, this is considered sturdy, right? So you kind of just have to game it a little bit. There's probably an easier way to get up than this, but now I kind of want to keep trying this, to be honest. Oh, see, I keep doubting myself because that a second ago there I had that foot planted. Oh, I nearly had that. Holy shit. Holy shit. One interesting thing about this that that's making this particular challenge tough here is that, like, forward, as in on, like, the left stick, is... oh! Oh, hell yeah, boys. Can I make it over to that? That looks optional, whatever it is. No, I'm not going to push my luck. But yeah, like, the analog stick movement for your feet, it is relative to the way you're facing, like the way the camera is facing, which is fine, but it does make sometimes you want to move the camera so you get a better view of your landscape without necessarily moving your character's direction. So that's a bit tough. Ironically enough, or not ironically enough, I think this is very much the point of the game. I think patience is the name of the game here, which is obviously not my strong suit. On the subject of patience, I was looking up some games for potential 100% runs earlier today. Okay, that looks like progress. I want to look over to this field here just for a little while, see if there's any, like, optional cutscenes or anything. Because I think I have missed almost every single optional cutscene in this game. I was looking at games for potential 100% runs in the new year. And I was saying to myself, do they have to be retro achievements? It could just be like a platinum trophy or something. And I was like, okay, I'm actually open to that idea. And I looked at Arkham City, which obviously by me mentioning that, you can assume I'm not doing it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be giving it away here. But it had a pretty great achievement set. It's a phenomenal game. It's a game I know and love. But one of the achievements on Steam is to beat it on New Game Plus, so that means doing 2 full playthroughs. And again, you're constantly just looking for things that are interesting and hard, and they might be frustrating, and I'm happy with them being long, but that's kind of like, that's... When you're looking for stream content, it's like long is fine, but when you cross the line into like repetitive and overly arduous, it's a shame because so Arkham Asylum has separate achievements for all the difficulties, which so that one's a write-off. Night is just too big in general. City is like the perfect length. It's like 50-ish hours is the completionist rating, but like it would take a lot for a story-based game like that. Like obviously I played all the levels and crashed twice, but that's like a level-based platformer. I don't know if I could play through the entire story of like such a linear story-based action adventure like that again. So yeah, I am toying with the idea of some non-retro achievements. Obviously, retro achievements are still kind of, I think, the most fun because I like to play old games, but I am open to some other stuff, you know. Yeah, I was actually trying before. Was I even streaming? I was streaming at this time, but I had never even thought of doing the 100% run stuff. I tried to 100% Arkham Asylum, and then I beat it, and I was trophy hunting, and then I checked the Steam list, and it was like, beat it on easy, beat it on normal, beat it on hard. I was like, oh, okay, never mind then. I was like, this game's awesome. This is my, like, 10th time playing it. I love it. I'm not playing it 2 more times on 2 other difficulty levels. Okay. This is going to be another one where it's going to be another test of our speed here. Back in the water, fatty. Hang on. Alrighty. Alright. What is this? Oh. Get some Donkey Kong Country going. I have platinumed both Spider-Man 1 and 2. They are very easy to do. Like, Spider-Man 1 is a little bit grindy, but not even that much. And Spider-Man 2, they because, like, when people were complaining about, oh, Spider-Man 2 is apparently only, like, a 20-hour game, I think part of the controversy was that you could platinum it in, like, 30 hours, which I did. But they, you know, they did the right thing for a AAA open world game. They did not vomit all over the map. It's a game with a lot of open world activities, but they're kind of more bespoke than you might think. Like they are, for the second game in particular, they really kind of made it so that every side mission felt relatively handcrafted. I did not platinum Miles Morales because, funnily enough, to tie back into Arkham City, one of the or not even one. There was like multiple trophies that were tied to. Oh, I can't even go this way. Oh, this is nothing. This area I'm in is nothing. Okay. Or wait, no, hang on. There are multiple trophies in Miles Morales that are like, do this on New Game Plus. I'm not a big New Game Plus guy in general. I'm trying to think of, have I ever beaten a game on New Game Plus? What am I even doing here? I don't even... There's nothing here, Barry. Okay, let's get out of this area. Because I was thinking again, since I've already done a couple of streams about it, I was like, oh, what about like San Andreas? Because that's already a work in progress and stuff. But again, it's so long. Like, it's just so long. Like, how many, like, that, you're probably talking about, like, 30 hours just to beat the game and most of the side missions, and that's before, like, trying to 100%, like, driving school and stuff like that. Insanely punishing. Okay. Okay, so you see there we kind of pushed that body stuff we were talking earlier in the stream to its limits. Okay. Resident Evil game is a good one, yeah. And for those ones, we could do like the PS1 originals, you know, get the retro achievements rather than. I mean, the remakes obviously are really cool, but.
Crap.
Okay, what about over there? Yeah, here we go. Ah, fuck yeah.
Oh crap.
Okay, you know what? Let's put our left leg. Oh, oh! He's done it. He's done it. All right. Man, you are twisting this man's hamstrings in some parts of this game. Holy moly. Very busy planning time at the moment because obviously I'm thinking about 2026 stuff. I've been talking a lot on stream recently about, you know, want to get back to some longer playthroughs. We've done a lot of faffing. We've done a lot of quick looking unintentionally when it came to the Hitman games. We've done a lot of quick looks and Halloween stuff and watch-alongs. I'm like, I want to get back to some playthroughs. But then also I'm like, I'm going to have to do more pre-taped content this December than I usually do. Obviously, for the last couple of years, I've done Christmas stuff, but I want to do stuff for the week of Dynamite as well. So I'm like, all right, get the brain working, Barry. Okay. There we go. Oh, can we ride this up, do you think? Surely. Feels like that's almost like what the game wants us to do.
Where's the quad?
Holy shit. Oh, and I didn't fall once. Holy shit. Oh, dude. Oh, we are rolling now. We are baby stepping. We are baby stepping. L.A. Noire. That's a good shout, actually. And I've kind of been looking for an excuse to play that game. I just put L.A. Noire in and out of my Steam basket there earlier today. Because I was like, because it's on sale for like a $5 or probably even less. No, actually, I think it was like, I think it was less than a $5. I think it was like £3. And I was like, do I want to replay L.A. Noire? Maybe, maybe not. It's also a game where I have played it before, but like, you know, going for the trophies does kind of give me a good excuse to kind of dive back in. L.A. Noire is such a weird anomaly. Yeah, that's not a bad one. I might put that one on the roster. I think I watched a Joel Elms video. I'm not sure if that's how he pronounced his name. He does his entire thing on YouTube is platinuming games. And I think he did LA Noire, and I think it seemed relatively straightforward. Again, I'm assuming the Steam achievement list would be the same as the PlayStation one. He does a lot of the Call of Duty games, and that seems like an absolutely psychotic endeavor. Because that's like various multiplayer trophies, but also it's like beating every mission in the campaigns on veteran, sometimes with optional objectives. Like, I don't know, I could not do that. LA Noire might be the ultimate ahead of its time game, because like that face stuff would probably like never happen again. It's like also kind of funny to think about how at the time that was considered one of the most expensive games ever made, because it was just like it was kind of a money pit, especially because of that facial tech, and now it's kind of like that is like kiddie stuff. That budget is kiddie stuff compared to modern game budgets. All right, Son of Rome. Well, it's a cheap game, and it's like a 2-hour runtime. I might take a look. Oh. Oh, come on. Boys. That shit is talking to me like the Green Goblin mask right now. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Okay, hang on. That is like... Have I been to this area? That is like an hour of progress. I don't have it in me. Especially since I've talked multiple times during this playthrough about how I've missed all the side content. No Barry Hubris today. No fucking Barry Hubris today. I don't know if I still have the sound alert set up with Hubris avoided, but actually now that I've got this stream deck, I should set it up just as a normal soundboard so I can just press it rather than charging people bits, because who cares about that? There's multiplayer in Rise, Son of Rome? Maybe I should buy it. Oh, shit. Yeah, we were talking about this on yesterday's stream. I know that... Oh, shit.
Crap.
You ever seen one this big?
Oh, Jim.
It's 250 stories.
You like these stairs, huh?
Well, I don't just like them, I made them.
Oh, proud of your work.
This is my masterpiece.
They look okay.
It's not about looks, it's about function.
Yeah.
Just look behind.
Yeah, there's a nice cliff path back there. I might take that. That looks better.
You can't. It's too hard for you.
It's not that hard.
They call it the MANBREAKER.
The MANBREAKER?
Yeah, because many men have been broken trying to get up that thing. Trying for years, practicing.
Listen,
you know.
I'm going up the MANBREAKER. I'm going to scamper up that MANBREAKER without falling once.
You're just going to be bashing your head against this thing for the next 5 years.
It's not going to take
He
me
might
5
be
years.
right,
It's
folks.
not going to take you 5 years because you're going to break down and take the fucking stairs.
Give me until 5 p.m.
Mate, by hook or by crook, you're taking these stairs.
I swear I will never take these stairs.
Look, if that's how you feel, Nate, I forbid you to take these stairs.
You can't forbid me.
I forbid you to take them.
You can't forbid.
You swore.
I'll take them if I want. I won't. I can, though.
No, you can't.
I can.
You can't.
If I wanted to, I could.
Look, I'm heading up there now. But if I see you scampering up these stairs after you've sworn that you won't,
Yeah.
you have to call me Lord.
What?
I am Lord of these stairs.
Fine, whatever. I don't care.
Well, I'll see you at the top.
All right.
Look at me
I actually
go.
didn't watch any of Grub. I haven't watched any Giant Bomb stuff in quite a while. I think I watched their AYN Thor video, and that was the first thing I've watched of theirs in ages. Oh no, I watched their Steam Machine stuff as well. So obviously I'm going to try and do the MANBREAKER. Where does it start? Where is it? I can't even fucking see. Oh, there it is. I can't even see the fucking thing. I've been enjoying the little bits of new Giant Bomb that I've been watching, but
Deep breath.
I also greatly enjoyed Nextlanders. They had some good Arc Raider stuff, and they had some good Fortnite stuff as well. I was not aware until Brad showed it off that if you have the Beavis and Butthead skins in Fortnite, every time you kill someone, your character goes, which is a great bit. And it made me really want those skins, even though I've only seen a small bit of Beavis and Butthead over the years. Man, I am ready for them to reveal the price of those fucking Steam machines. Not because I'm necessarily on tenterhooks, but I'm very over the speculation and the dooming over it. Although I posted on TikTok earlier today, all this conversation about, oh shit, that is moronic. That's completely just on me. Absolute dumb shit. Like, again, just that was just stupid steps. I completely unforced error. But since it's the talk of the town, I did decide, out of curiosity, I was like, okay, RAM prices are a big topic of conversation in the PC world at the moment. So I was like, because I'm no PC tech expert, right? So I don't know what the standard price for various speeds are or anything like that. I was like, okay, the easiest way for me to understand it is I'll look at the pair. I looked up my receipt because I actually didn't remember how much I spent. I looked up the receipt for the RAM I bought this time last year. It was November last year. It was the first thing. It was the first thing I bought for this PC that I eventually built in January, and it was like just under €84. And I bought that on Amazon, and on Amazon today it is €251. So that's why RAM is expensive. So that plus the tariffs is why people are starting to kind of shit themselves over the cost of the Steam machine. Oh wow, okay. Okay, so I think based on the narrowness of this, I think I think what's going to make this so maddening is not necessarily its difficulty, but more so that I think every single bump you take, you basically have to do this flawless, I would say, because I think every bump you take is going to send you back down to the very beginning. So I think that's the game here. See, now this might drive me fucking insane, but I feel like it won't drive me as insane as the water, because there it's like every bump you take results. It's the downtime I just couldn't stand. You know what I mean? It's the fucking waiting for his fat ass to float to the next attempt. Whereas this, it's kind of like, okay, he falls and then you're instantly just, you know, you're up. You know, you go again. Yeah, and like everything, it's just the source of all our problems is AI. Because I was reading about it then after checking the prices. I was like, so like, how is this? Why is this so bad? And so I guess it's just like, so I guess OpenAI are like they're cutting deals with the AI companies directly. Obviously, with the RAM companies directly, and so it's just kind of like, before these sticks even get to market, it's like, I think it's 40%. I was reading. The two major RAM producing companies like Samsung and one other, I can't remember the other one, have like committed like 40% of their inventory to OpenAI. Like directly, they're just going to manufacture it and give it straight to them rather than putting it on the market. Insane, dude. Just so you can generate Scooby-Doo with tits. A noble endeavor, don't get me wrong. SK Hynix, that's the one, yeah. Is that a fucking banana peel, brother? Oh my fucking god, dude. Oh my god, this would be... I will say right now, this would be, no matter how mad it makes me, this would be the funniest bit in all of 2025 video games.
Where's the quad?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and it's funny because I guess because RAM is the new thing, GPU... So I've seen a lot of like tech, like TikToks and stuff being like, now is actually kind of a decent time to buy a GPU if you're so inclined, because they're... Oh shit. Please don't. Okay. Because they are actually kind of stable at the moment. But they are getting ready to skyrocket again. And SSDs look like the next thing that are about to be fucked. So that's great. It's great. It's fucking awesome, isn't it? Obviously I didn't build my PC at the absolute cheapest time to buy a GPU, but generally speaking, I'm I'm glad I built when I did and I bought when I did. How much fucking higher? Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Okay, anyway. I'm glad I bought and built when I did, and I'm also glad I went for the 32 gigs because it was relatively cheap at the time. Like it was, like I said, it was 84 quid for like crucial DDR5. So like I'm not going to need to change that anytime soon. Like, yeah, I could have gotten my GPU cheaper, but... Okay. My hands are so goddamn sweaty, dude. Okay. It's alright. For anyone joining the stream late, we got through the controversial water segment surprisingly easily after all that fanfare and after all my rage last week. Despite all my rage, I'm still just a gamer in a cage, you know? Okay. Yeah, I think this is true of most people's first build, but I remember when you know, when I was getting my first piece. I mean, I don't even think I said this to Sean, who picked all my parts. He just knows me. I was like, yeah, I don't care for any RGB. I'm not opposed to it, like as a bit of office decoration, but like on the parts themselves or in the case, I'm like, I'm okay. Quite a fall. Gotta go again. Can't even. Don't even got time to mourn. Don't even got time to mourn. Just gotta go. Just gotta go. Just can't even. Just can't even. You know what I mean? See, now this I would not play at 1 a.m. with neighbors. Oh, thank God there's cheap viewers in the chat, though. There's cheap viewers in the chat, so at least I can buy those to soothe me. I'm really curious what happens if you take the stairs. My assumption is, like, there's a cutscene where they blow up or something. But I'm not going to find out. This is an insanely long section. After I dodged it the first time... Ooh. After I dodged it the first time, if I fell on the banana peel this time, that would probably be a pretty funny bit. But, we're not going to find out. Nah. There is a little bit of a physics push when you, I feel like they've really made sure that if you fall, you do fly off the side, because it feels like there is a little bit of a bounce here. Kind of like, remember in the sand section where we noticed that the light would always slingshot back to you if you dropped it. Kind of feels like every time my guy loses his balance, you might see it here the next time he does it. There's like a little bit of a slight like push on him, because I think the point of this is if you fuck up while you're on this, you have to go back to the start.
Oh no!
Classic Barry stuff here where I fucked up. I made great progress, fucked up once, and now I can't even do the beginning stuff again. Oh, I've seen the... trust me, yeah, see, the character literally rolls to throw himself off there. I've seen every anime computer part on AliExpress, I assure you. I like those YouTube videos where people are like, I bought a bunch of shit off AliExpress, and let's see what kind of a PC we can actually make. Sometimes with decent results, you know. I think Linus has done a few videos to that effect where he's had okay performance. The thing that always seems to let down those builds when you watch those videos is like the headsets and the keyboards and the monitors and the mice. You know what I mean? Like, it kind of seems like a lot of the core parts of the actual computer do okay, and then the peripherals, if they're on AliExpress and they're cheap, they are just going to be tat, you know.
Oh no! Oh.
Man, what am I doing wrong here? Here, the big stores just import from there. Oh, okay. Wouldn't be surprised if that started happening here soon with some of the prices of things. What brand is my keyboard? I don't even know. Newman? And as I've said a few times in the past, my mouse is Amazon Basics. But it is honestly one of the few mice I've ever used in my life that feels really good in my big fat hands. Without being extortionately priced. I know there are big-handed ergonomic mice out there, but this Amazon mouse was like €13. Okay. There's the banana.
Oh
no. No.
Not here.
Dude, get up. Dude, get up. Why is he doing a Barry Keoghan in Saltburn? Get up. Oh, I think he's fucking... I think his leg is broke.
Oh, crap. Woo.
Ow. No, Elmo thankfully didn't do any actual damage to the SATA cable. He was just poking at it. It's my own fault. I was just like, he was like sleeping in my office. And I was like, if I just take off the side of my case and I just do a very quick kind of little clean of the dust, he won't care. Of course, just like the second I started that. Oh, dude. Wow. What happened there? What happened there? Holy shit.
No.
The funny thing about the stairs is I would say the stairs is really mind-numbing because this cliff is absolutely gigantic. And also, I think if you take the stairs, it'll probably still do a thing where when you fall, if you don't slide the entire way, you'll probably, based on how this game's physics work, you'll probably slide a decent amount of the way down.
Shit. Ow.
We're not even an hour into the stream. This is the rest of the stream, by the way. I'm fairly confident in that. I think this is the stream here. And therefore next Wednesday will not be Hades 2. Next Wednesday will be Baby Steps. I need to take my time a bit more and actually turn my character around instead of trying to, like, have him step backwards onto things. Oh, stupid.
You don't know.
Okay.
Shit.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Whoop.
Get up there? No, surely not. No. I don't think there's gonna be many branching, but this particular section does not seem like a branching path. It's the man eater or the stairs. That's your branching path for you.
Yep. Done.
I feel like I'm still not quite sure how to do these like really steep mossy slopes. I feel like I've just been kind of brute forcing it.
Yep.
No. Like I feel like I don't actually know the technique to do those. I feel like I've just been kind of winging it. Oh, dude, what?
Oh no!
Oh, dude. I'm not even sure what happened there. Not the act. How you doing?
Oh, again. Crap!
There's been a surprising lack of achievements on this playthrough. I'm assuming if you do this, considering they gave you the option of the stairs, and there's a whole cutscene where if they like place a bet and you have to call him sir and stuff like that, I assume there's an achievement for doing it this way. I hope this game doesn't let me down. And when I complete it, and I will complete it, I get an achievement. My first achievement of this playthrough.
Yep.
Nope, nope. I don't know why. Again, I feel like I don't know how to get up those mossy slopes, even though I've done this exact one. Like, how many times have I made it past this? Like 5 so far. But I just I feel like I'm winging it every time. Okay.
Okay.
Ouch, jeez.
God! Grab, grab, grab! Shit!
Okay. Okay.
Crap! Oh no!
Dude, I feel like I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. I don't know what I'm supposed to do there, and it's really annoying me that I just did it like 20 minutes earlier. But I'm like, do I take a big long step, or do I do little do I do like little fucking, do I do like, you know, you know, do I just like shuffle up? Like, I don't really know. The funny thing about taking the stairs as well is if you eventually give up and take the stairs, it's such a long walk. So you just gotta fucking think about it while you're doing it. Oh, that's been gone a while. We had the opportunity to get another hat there earlier, but it was like dangling precariously over a cliff.
God.
That I just remembered actually as well that when you get the hats, you press A and the character just kind of unyieldy just kind of does a big lurching. Oh, they so force you to fall. Like, I lost my footing there, and then the character just starts sliding automatically. That's so annoying. But yeah, the press A to pick up the hat thing, your stupid character just, like, you've no control over the pickup animation. So, like, you walk out on this narrow beam, and you're basically just, like, trusting the game to not fuck you with the pickup animation. Not worth it, IMO.
Deep breath. But
Okay.
God.
What? Oh, I can't even scream at this game anymore. I can't even scream at this game anymore. I just can't. I just have to keep going. I just have to keep going. Alright. This is the MANBREAKER, and I am broken.
Oh no.
Oh, see, like, I'm just... Okay. I think it is little steps. I think it's quick little steps. I think it's just... Okay. Okay, every fuck up we've made so far after getting this far has been relatively avoidable. I think just slow and steady wins the race here. Do not overextend. Know where you are planting each foot. Make sure when you're moving the left, make sure the right is firmly planted on something, and vice versa. Okay. Banana time. My hands are so goddamn sweaty, dude. Holy shit. Okay. Slowly. Slowly. And slowly. That's okay. That's all right. You know what? We actually need to go down a little bit. And we need to go here. Okay. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Because it's honestly fine. So don't worry about it. Everything is fine. You know what? Stop looking up, because getting in awe of how much further you still have to go is a defeatist attitude. Okay. Just look ahead of you. Don't look. This is where I looked up last time. I don't think that did me any good. One foot after another, nice and slow. Don't get cocky. No Barry hubris. No Barry hubris. Hubris avoided. What were the two things I set up? Hubris engaged and hubris avoided? I think that was it. Or hubris incurred. Wasn't it hubris incurred? Incurred is a funny word. Yeah. You've incurred your own hubris. Okay. Okay. Fabulous. That's fine. That's fine. Okay.
Oh shit!
Okay. Nope. Nope. Let's get back down here on stable ground. Nope. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's put your feet back down here. Okay. Baby steps. No, it's fine. I'll be right back. I don't even know what happened there.
Okay.
No, I get it. I get it. Just gotta go again. No, don't slip now. Careful now. Don't slip. Whatever you do.
Oh no!
Oh, whoopsie. Whoops. I fell. Careful now, you don't want to fall, because you have to. You'll go all the way back down to the bottom. So, word to the wise. Do not fall. Do not do whatever that was that I just did there.
Oh, shit.
No, shit indeed. Shit indeed, boys. Oh, whoops! I seem to have lost my footing. How fucking high up was I? Now I can look up because I'm at the bottom. Ugh. I still think this is less annoying than the water section. I genuinely do. Even though you could argue it's an even greater risk reward. It's even greater punishment for failing in terms of progress lost. But it's just, at least I am constantly starting again. You know what I mean? And this is the game boiled down to its essence. There's like one path. There's not some like figure out the route, hold on to your light, oh, you went the wrong way, now you have to walk across this narrow train track. It's here's the fucking path, brother. And down you fucking go. I'm wondering how much is left after this. I mean, this can't be the end, obviously, because I don't think they would put the stairs right here at the end. I don't think they'd give you the option to just fucking walk up a set of stairs. Right at the end, but... like, I'm not sure if we're going to beat this week. But then I'm kind of wondering, like, how much more is left on this? Will we get this done before fucking... oh, shit, Christmas. Too busy talking. Too busy talking. Shut the fuck up, maybe? Consider that, streamer boy? Consider that, streamer boy? Microphone head? No. Yap, yap, yapping. When you should be step, step, stepping. Called baby steps, not baby talk. It's the pro wrestling business, not the pro wrestling friendship, brother.
Fuck, fuck, fuck. Oh, shit.
Hey, I didn't fall all the way there. That's pretty good. We're doing great. How about that weather, folks? It has been freaking cold. Folks, we lighting them fires in them Irish households? I know I am. Ooh, doggy. Of course, I don't have to light a fire in this here office. Because between my PC and my perspiration, it is plenty toasty in here. And smelly as well. Yeah, last week was colder. Last week was colder. Well, this week was wetter. I got caught in the rain today. Set me up on a bad foot before I started playing this game. Oh, I think I chugged that cider too fast. Ooh-ah! Roman Reigns Nate over here. Right. Yeah, okay, it is just... Okay, that slope really is just, like, power through. Like, just... Don't do big strides to try and clear it. Just do normal, quick steps. Right. Ironically enough, that slope is kind of the hardest thing, I think. The hardest individual thing on this walk so far. Obviously, I've fallen on multiple other sections, but...
Watch it burn.
I feel like they've... I feel like every other... Like, I feel like that... That is the actual hardest part so far. There could be harder. And every other fall has been stupidity on my part. Can I just shock you? Happy Thanksgiving. As I was saying earlier, I love the idea of some American families sitting around and watching me instead of the football. Nope. The fucking NFL, that's on every Thanksgiving. How often does Barry take on the what do they call this thing? The MANBREAKER live on twitch.tv/Barrylad? I still haven't gotten carrot tickets. Fuck, I need to hurry up and get them. I also need to hurry up and... I said... Carrot tickets and anything. I haven't gotten anything yet. I have not gotten anything yet. I haven't booked a flight. I haven't booked a hotel. An Airbnb or whatever. I have not. I should fucking hurry up and do that. And pre-COVID, in my previous carrot trips, I'd have most of that shit done by now. I gotta get on that. I've got such a full calendar next year. I've got my travel and everything sorted for Manchester for Dynamite. I still haven't booked my... I still haven't gotten my bus ticket to the airport. That's kind of important. I need that. Snowboy, I looked at hotels in Oberhausen there when I first kind of made the decision to go. And obviously, I haven't gone in a few years. You've been going regularly. Like, did you... Like, is it just me or is it more expensive now? Also, is it just me or... do most places look for payment in advance, which I always hate doing. Not just for Carrot, but for every trip. I'm a pay-at-the-property kind of boy. I hate prepaying for accommodation. I could also just, like, not be looking in the right places. Because, again, I'm kind of out of practice. Because I know when you used to stay at the old Trip, like, I think you could book on their website direct, I'm fairly sure. Trip was crazy expensive last year, so we didn't do it, but it's cheaper now, okay. And it's not called Trip anymore. Like, I saw the building, but it's... Someone else owns it now or something. Trip is cool. Trip is cool, but, like, once we started going to it, because obviously that was the one with the 24-hour bar, those weekends just became, like, literal, like, no-sleep weekends then. Like, they really became no-sleep weekends. Because you wouldn't even necessarily be getting completely rat-arsed, you know, to an insane degree, but just the fact that it was a 24-hour place where you could get a drink and talk shit with the pals. Once we started staying in Trip, it just became one of the most, in a great way, because we were having so much fun, but it became one of the most exhausting weekends I would ever go on. But those are the memories, folks. Oh, the bar's closed now. Okay. Time for us all to grow up. Alrighty, pals, go to bed. They also, the funny thing is as well, is like, you could tell we being the Irish and English, like, wrestling fans, we were the only people really using that. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet now for a second. What the fuck do I do here? Okay. I'll continue reminiscing in a second, but anyway. Hold on to something. Okay. Yes, but I mean, I could tell back in the day, like, no other tourists were using the 24-hour bar, and the staff did not like that we were there all night drinking. They did not like that, which is very funny, considering one of your marketing things is that you had a 24-hour bar. Yeah, location-wise, it's tremendous, and I do want to get a good location, because, like, my wife is already a little bit concerned. She has a bad back, and so she's a little bit concerned about all the standing and stuff, and all the walking, and all the physicality. So she is like, can we stay somewhere that is not an age away? And I'm like, well, most of the places I've stayed for a carrot weekend have all been kind of decent walking distance, but the trip was the best, you know. What the fuck?
Oh no!
Nate with that stanky leg. Where the fuck am I going here, boys? Like this. Fuck, I'm scared. Okay. It's a long way down, boys. Like, I can barely get him to stand up here. Which is causing him to slide. Is it this?
I hate it.
I have... Okay, so that has now overtaken the slope as the new hardest thing. I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. Because his fat gut is prohibiting me from, like, sidestepping across that little ridge. We are going to have to get up there. Let's see it again. Oh, this is Darby on a Wednesday. That was kind of funny and cool that Darby found a way to, like, just absolutely kill himself in a match with Kevin Knight, who's not exactly a gigantic hoss. But Darby found a way.
God.
It was a good match. That was probably the actual upset on the show, that result.
Oh, crap.
I was certain Kevin Knight was going winless. Like, Fletcher beating Okada, yeah, that's kind of a upset. But not really, because they push Fletcher really hard. But Knight beating Darby. I know they don't protect Darby super hard, but you know, that was cool. Yeah, my predictions for that first round were completely wrong. I thought Mox would lose to Dorada to continue his kind of losing streak thing they're doing. I thought Okada would beat Fletcher. And I thought Darby would beat Knight. I can't remember who I predicted for Cassidy Claudio.
Oh crap.
Okay.
Oh no.
Whoopsie. Oh, cool. Ah! No, I gave myself one out, and that was the water sequence. Which I still hated more than this. I don't even really hate this. This is like really hard, but I feel like what this accomplishes that the water sequence did not is that every time I fall, I just want to keep going. It's doing something to my brain where it makes me more determined to beat it every time I fall. It makes me more determined to beat it. Whereas with the water sequence, I was like, okay, every time I fall, I'm getting closer and closer to uninstalling this game. So we're in this for the long haul now, I would say. I haven't been playing on the deck very much lately. Last time I checked, it was, but the crashes on the deck have gotten a lot lesser. So I'm now thinking it might actually have been just, he says after he completely, like, factory reset and wiped his deck multiple times. I think it might just be an issue with those games, and not my deck's hardware. Which is good, because it means I don't have to, like, get rid of it or replace it or anything like that, but unfortunately, an extremely Steam deck-friendly game like Hades 2, I'm just like, I just don't play it on there anymore, because it was not crashing as often, but I could still not reliably play it for like 2 hours without fear of it crashing, so whatever. Yeah, Collision looks alright. Like, Eddie versus Shibata is pretty fun. Like, that's another, you know, I'm an extremely rare Collision watcher, because sometimes Collision will genuinely be really good, and they'll do angles on it, and they'll have big matches on it. It has not become Rampage, but it has fairly frequent Rampage weeks, right? So I don't watch it very often, because it's kind of like, it's too much of a dice roll. Sometimes they do really cool stuff on there and really good matches, and they have stars on it, and then other times they just have. So some weeks it just feels like Rampage. But C2 season I typically watch it. I will probably watch it tomorrow. Yes, the OTT Cork rematch. That was a great match in person. Yeah, early Rampage was alright. At a certain point, though, Rampage just became a like C show, but without the charm of like a Dark, right? Right. You didn't care that Dark was like an enhancement or jabroni show, because it was like, well, you had the wacky commentary, you had the I really liked the small building tapings they did, and plus, you know, you got to see new people, you got to see indie people they were taking a chance on. Rampage was just like, you know, Jay Lethal versus fucking, you know, Kip Sabian. It was just there was nothing to enjoy there. Cats for Barry. My God, how far we've come, everyone! How far we have come. Obviously, early Rampage famous for the Punk debut, one of the greatest moments in the history of wrestling. But also the week before that Kenny Christian match, this was pretty good. It was a pretty fun match. You know, two really good weeks, 2 solid weeks of Rampage. For the Impact Championship, of course. Back when they were partners. Oh, Barry. Back when they were partners and everyone, and not everyone, a bunch of bad faith actors complained that, like, TNA weren't getting a fair shake in that deal. Because all Kenny was doing was showing up and causing people to buy their pay-per-views. But he wasn't, like, putting over enough, he wasn't putting over people enough. Even though his presence was, like, it was like during COVID as well, a lot of his appearances there. When everyone was desperate for any bit of cash they could get, and Kenny was popping up on their pay-per-views. And people were like, what's TNA getting out of this, really? What the fuck is TNA getting out of this WWE thing? Yeah, Kenny Omega should have lost to Eddie Edwards, T-shirt Eddie Edwards, and Sami Callihan. He should have put him over. Raised their hands afterward, done the whole indie super match thing. This guy, point to him. Dude, the TNA TV deal situation is so funny. So funny.
Oh no!
Any day now. I hear they're the new number 2.
Shit!
Okay. This isn't even the bit I got stuck on last time, I don't think. I think I'm further down than I was last time. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
Daddy.
Might put Subway Surfers underneath my gameplay here, just so people can watch something that's actually progressing. I'm surprised WWE and Kick haven't struck some kind of deal. And not just because of the obvious, you know, LOL, they're all right-wing thing. But also, Kick have a shitload of gambling money backing them. So they have money to burn. That's why they're doing all this shit where they're paying XQC and all these people hundreds of millions to stream for them. And not even exclusively. Like, they can still stream on Twitch if they want. Like... that sounds like the type of deal WWE would sign. That sounds like the type of deal Nick Khan would love. You want to give us 100 million quid to stream on your shitty little Twitch alternative that nobody watches? Oh, it's got dubious morals and the backing is like online gambling. I don't give a fuck. Just yeah, big gigantic novelty check, please. Yeah, we'll invent a new type. We'll put Speed, which unfortunately does not air on X the Everything app anymore. We'll put Speed on Kick. For $50 quadrillion, please. And it'll be watched by 10 people. But that's your problem, Kick. It's your problem that it's watched by that few people.
Oh no!
Oh. Oh.
Why this specific thing happening right now?
We're back to falling on the mossy slope, by the way. I just realized something. Like, I was talking earlier on this stream about my plans for January. I'm gonna have to scrap them if I don't beat this game in the next 2 weeks. If we're still at the bottom of this mountain in January, I mean... that'll be a testament to my stubbornness, because I won't just take the stairs. Tupac committed at this stage. I think it's to go to the real right of that slope and then just do a real quick walk up it. Every time I slip like that, and it's just a complete moronic, unforced error by me because I'm rushing, because I'm eager to get up there, I want to violate the terms of service on this website by killing myself on it, which is against the rules. And that would be bad, because then I'd get my channel suspended, so... Okay. Oh shit. Again. Oh, god damn. The game really wants me to take the lift, or the stairs. I'm not taking it. Oh my god. I was looking through my TikToks I forgot to post from the last baby step stream. And one of them was me, like, just getting distracted and picking up Elmo and, like, kissing him on the head for, like, 20 seconds instead of playing the game. A little bit of stress relief there.
Oh, shit.
Little Elmo. Alright. Alright. We're doing great. We're doing great. Ow.
Fuck. Deep breath.
Deep breath. Okay.
Crap.
Oh shit, we're here already. Okay.
Glutes. Whoop.
Okay. Okay. I keep almost commenting on the banana and saying a certain something, but I won't say it because I'll jinx it. So you could infer what it would be, but I won't say it because I've had enough bad luck as it is. And as soon as I say that, oh, isn't it interesting that I haven't done a certain something with the banana, that'll be as soon as I do it. So speaking of banana, I put a couple more hours into Donkey Kong Bonanza. Oh, banana. I'm enjoying that game a whole lot more now the further I get into it. I said a couple of times on stream that I was really not feeling it and that it was a cool, novel thing, but it was kind of trivially easy in a way that kind of ruined the fun for me a little bit. And it didn't feel like there was as much ingenuity there as you would expect from the Mario Odyssey folks. But the further I get into it, it seems like it's a bit of a grower. Because I was like 5 hours into it and I was feeling that way, and I was like, man, is this everything this game has? But I've got a couple more hours in. I'm about 8 hours in now, and it's kind of finally started to open up a little bit and give you some new abilities, and I'm really enjoying it now. You know, Game of the Year level, according to Jeff Keighley and his assembly. I don't know about that, but I'm getting it a lot more now. It is cool. Is it as good as Power Wash 2? I'll have to take your word on that.
Yep.
I did not get Power Wash 1, so I'll have to trust everyone on the sequel. Oh, Rayman Legends, great game. I could do that for a 100% run. That's surely like a hard kind of, but like totally gettable if you're willing to put the work in. Game. Oh fuck. Oh, rushed. I rushed. Completely moronic, Barry. Completely moronic. Rushed that needlessly, completely needlessly. Tried to brute force it. It's such a specific fucking area. And I was like, what if I just rush? What if I just rush? What was the other, yeah, all the old Ubisoft games are getting, Steam achievements after a very, very long time. Which is, you know, that's a nice little update. Like, I played Far Cry 3 earlier this year. And I had like an in-progress save, and it popped a bunch of achievements for me based on stuff I'd already completed. So you don't even have to get them in real time. Like, if you have a save file, if you played, you know, any of those games on Steam previously, and you load up a save file where you would have done something that gets an achievement, you get the achievement, which is cool. I always like that kind of stuff. What was the other odd Game Awards nomination? There was like one that really stood out as kind of funny to people. Kingdom Come. Kingdom Come. I was thinking about streaming that game. That first one, obviously not the second one. But then I was kind of like, I don't know if I'd like it or not. It kind of looks cool, but I don't know if I'd like it enough to finish it. And that's a long-ass game to commit to without being really sure if it's even your kind of thing. But I kind of do want to get around to playing it. And the second one. Also, I never finished Death Stranding or even came close. Like, I only put about 10 hours into the first one. So I wasn't going to bother with the second one. But, man, a lot of people who I really trust are like, man, that second one is, like, one of the best things I've ever played. It's amazing. It's this, it's that. And there was just that leak earlier today, actually, was it? Or yesterday? I think it was today. Saying that the PC version might be on its way sooner than you would expect. Because even though it's, like, a Sony-published thing, it's, like, an independent studio, like... So, like, you know... And I suppose Sony is putting their stuff out on PC these days anyway, but given that it's not one of their things that they own, it seems like it's making its way over to PC a bit quicker. So I'll be curious about that. I might check that out. Obviously, I have a PS5, but I never use it anymore. Yeah, Death Stranding is kind of like... Because it's funny, because I've liked a lot of... I've talked about this probably before. So, I like a lot of Kojima stuff. I'm not a big Kojima guy. I don't love him. I like a lot of his stuff. I think he's really cool and interesting. But his games have always been very hit and miss with me. And I thought I would hate Death Stranding. And I actually didn't. I played it, like, yeah, this is kind of cool. But I ended up being like, I was like, I just don't think this is really for me necessarily. But I had kind of one of those, like, respectful, I'm not going to play any more of this, but, like, yeah, it seems cool. I don't care enough to keep going, but yeah. But, like, with 2, it's just one of those ones where, man, if you talk to a person who likes 2, they really want you to play 2. They really want you to play it. It is one of those games. So, maybe I'll check it out at some point. Also, maybe I should play it on PS5, because it's one of those games where it's like, as much as I like my PC and I like my monitor and I like playing in my office, there are still certain games that I consider to be like big TV living room games, and that kind of seems like one of them. It's like a visual fidelity thing, but also like a, you know, if it's a super long story game, lots of cutscenes. I'm not opposed to playing those on the PC, but it's just kind of like something about that will forever scream. Speaking of screaming! I like how he like stopped himself from falling the whole way down like 3 separate times there, but it wasn't enough to not actually hit the bottom. Oh god. Yeah, I have the director's cut version of Death Stranding 1. I claimed that game for free when it was on the Epic Game Store, and that was the vanilla version. I remember they accidentally gave some people the director's cut. And I think they let the people who claimed it keep it. But they like took down they like were like stopping people from claiming it, even though the store still technically said you could. That was a bit of a controversy. But I got the vanilla version, and then the upgrade to the director's cut was like a $5 at the time, so I just grabbed it. So I have the director's cut. Although based on what everyone has kind of said, if I was to decide to play 2, I would just play 2. My understanding is that 2 has a decent little recap at the beginning of it. So for 1's lofty ideas and its 50-hour runtime, you can just watch a little video package at the beginning of 2, and apparently you will get the gist. On the subject of PlayStation games on PC, I feel like What, brother? What happened there, mate? What happened there, brother? What happened? What happened? What happened? I fell, it seems. I was right in my prediction that this would be the rest of the stream, by the way, because the stream's nearly over. 2 big Sony sequels that I just did not get along with, but I kind of want to revisit, are on sale for the Steam Black Friday thing, and I'm kind of curious to revisit both of them. Horizon, whatever the second one is called, and God of War Ragnarok. I like actively disliked God of War Ragnarok by the time I finished my time with it, which was only a couple hours. I did not get very far. I didn't even get to the... People talked about the sledding section of that game, that it took really, I guess there's some like small, like moderately open world section where you're sledding around on some dogs or whatever, and I remember people talking about, oh my god, that section is so long and I didn't even get to that. I did not even get to it. I was just so put off by how boring the first couple of hours were and how annoying the character yapping was. Like, I know people, based on the preview coverage, are kind of worried about Metroid Prime 4 having a yappy sidekick, but God of War Ragnarok will be undefeated in my eyes for that. Because that first game had some of that stuff, but to me it was tolerable. They had, but like, if the dial for the first game was set to like a 5, in Ragnarok it was turned to 11. Like, I feel like I would just enter a puzzle room and they would start telling me the solution, right? Or I'd get to an area with like the God of War Ragnarok has some, like, you know, decently sized explorable areas. I'd get to an area with a dead end, and like I would just be entering it, and I would just be perceiving it with my eyes, and Mimir, the head would be like, "It's a dead end, brother. You better go somewhere else." I was like, that's a tech that game devs like love these days. They love that they can have a character in the game that will respond to what you're doing, and that is cool. I'm not saying it's not cool, but they are so over eager to show you how good their like AI, kind of like their AI characters are at recognizing the situation you're in, that it's completely annoying and grating. Because they're constantly like, during combat as well, it's like, duck, this kind of enemy's got this kind of attack, use this kind of attack, it's a dead end, brother, here's the puzzle solution. I'm like, man, shut up, let me fucking play the game. And like, on top of the fact that it was also just not a super compelling game to begin with. But that's another one that, like, you talk to people who finished it and they talk about it like it's the greatest thing ever. And as someone who has a great affinity for that franchise, I would like to finish it and just see what becomes of those characters. This is how you know I'm getting frustrated, because I'm back to falling on the moss. Stop doing a Devon sale and get up, brother. Come on. I have not played Days Gone. Actually, no, that's not true. I played like 5 hours of it because my roommate at the time adored it and was like, it's this underrated thing. And I was like, okay. And I played it, and I was like, I don't really like this. I did not get very long into it at all. But I own it on PC because that's a game that is always a fiver. Like, that is a game that is always a fiver. Even though the PC port isn't even that old, that is a game that is always on sale. It's probably on sale right now as I'm saying this. Yeah, I remember God of War 3 being awesome. And also being like an insane tech showpiece. You only recently learned that Days Gone was about zombies. That was their big... Because the funny... Days Gone got off to such a wrong start. Because I believe they... You know, Sony Bend, which is a great studio, you know, Siphon Filter, a bunch of other things that people like a bunch of acclaimed stuff, and they had just been... They had gone to ground for just, like, so many years. Just, like, no updates on what they were working on. And people were like, man, this, like the PS4 era is chugging along really well. Sony's doing great. And, like one of their most beloved first-party studios, like, they haven't even said what they're working on. And then it was one of those E3s where Sony absolutely smashed it. And they announced a bunch of stuff that just got people so excited. I think it was the E3 where they announced, like, Last of Us 2, but also the initial announcement of the Crash remasters, which at the time, I mean, people were clamoring for Crash Bandicoot remakes, like you know, as this beloved thing from you know, 90s kids, this beloved thing from their childhood. I think it was that same E3. If it wasn't that one, it was one of the other ones where Sony was just absolutely killing it. Just tons of trailers that got people incredibly excited. And then they were like, and you know, here's a big reveal from one of our most beloved studios. It was Sony Bend, and the trailer started playing, and the big thing they were showing off in the trailer was the zombie crowd tech, right? That's kind of the unique selling point of that game, is that they do have genuinely really impressive, super huge, super complex hordes of zombies. And it was like 2016 or whatever it was, and it was just kind of like all this shit that Sony has going for them. I think they had just revealed Spider-Man as well. Like, think about how ballistic people went for that reveal. It's like, all this shit Sony is absolutely demolishing. They've got Uncharted 4 coming, Last of Us 2, Spider-Man, you know, all this other stuff. And then they just revealed, like, another zombie thing at a time when, like, people were completely over that. And, like, Last of Us kind of got a pass because it was this beloved thing. But, like, you know, it really got off to the wrong foot, because the conversation was very much about, this team has been working on this for like ever. We haven't even heard from them in so long, and their big thing is open world zombies, you know, which kind of got it off to the wrong foot. And then the game came out and it wasn't that good, and has its defenders, obviously, but you also had the director of the game kind of making a buffoon of himself, like saying that the game didn't do well because, basically because of wokeness. He didn't use that exact phrase, but it was kind of like, more or less that exact phrase, actually. He was like, people don't want a game about a macho guy, a macho man's man on a motorbike killing zombies, and that's why it didn't review well, and the reviews killed the sales, and just, you know. Same guy who was then, like, insulted that they put a loving tribute to the game into Astrobot. I don't know. To this day, I don't even really know what he was annoyed about. I guess that it was too cutesy. I guess that Astrobot is too cutesy, and he didn't like that his character, his Macho Man character, was a little toy robot. I mean, all, like, characters from all... I don't think anyone was upset. Like, no one... I tell you who's upset, me. No one from, like, Sony Santa Monica was, like, upset that their macho hero Kratos was in Astrobot. You know what I mean? No one from Naughty Dog was like, Joel is kind of a serious character. I don't think you should really be putting him in the toy game. Like, so annoying, dude. How could you get annoyed at your character being an Astrobot? It's like the most charming love letter to games in general, and a love letter to your character. you know. But again, that's just kind of that guy's vibe. I mean...
Oh, crap.
Okay, that was kind of on me, but also I'm back at that part where I had the big fall. I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. I do not know where I'm supposed to go there. Because I'm trying to, like, almost like, you know, in third-person shooters, like a James Bond game where you're doing a shimmy against a wall, or like Hitman. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to sidestep, but, like, his gut won't let me do it. So maybe, do I have to, like, walk forward and do one of these like I've done earlier in the playthrough? Do I have to do, like, one foot in front of the other? But, like, not side shimmy? Because if you side shimmy, his gut knocks you off. Maybe that's what the issue is. I was thinking about an Astro PC port recently, and I honestly think the reason they haven't ported it is because they can't guarantee you'll be playing it with a DualSense. And I think they want to preserve that experience. And I can kind of get that. I kind of appreciate that. Like, I'm all in favor of more people being able to play more games, porting games onto more systems. Like, I don't think that you should be, you know, I don't think you should be precious about that. But I'm kind of like, you know, that is a game that really... It's not even that it's best with a DualSense. It's a game that should be played with a DualSense, and I don't think it would really fly. I don't think you could do this. I don't think you can put a disclaimer like it's a VR headset and say this game is only compatible with the DualSense. I don't think Steam would really facilitate that. Even games that really want you to use a controller still technically let you use a keyboard and stuff like that. It's just not really how PC games are done. To go insist that you have one specific company's brand of controller is not really the name of the game in PC gaming. So I feel like Astro might be one of the few games that Astro and Nintendo games might be one of the few like console first party things that just never comes to other platforms. Because it's not even that you couldn't do certain workarounds. You of course you can. Everything that you would use on that controller, I'm sure you could figure out an equivalent. But I just think they wouldn't want to. It's like kind of half the fun of the game, you know. Back to falling on the moss, by the way. Every time I take a big fall, I then also have to trip on the moss 3 or 4 times. The slidey, slopey rock with the moss on it. That's my little punishment. That's like Arc Raiders. That's like when I have to go back in with the freeload out to learn my lesson, you know? Oh shit. This is worse than like, this is like worse than any like Elden Ring boss run back or Bloodborne. Bloodborne's probably a better example. Elden Ring doesn't really have any. Elden Ring kind of is just kind of like... That game just full on has checkpoints. Alright, we're going to go into a little bit of overtime here just because I don't think I'm going to get it tonight, but I want to get back up to that tough ledge and just like figure out how am I actually supposed to do this. Like, I want to have something to work with next week, you know? I would not get your hopes up for a Hades 2 stream before the new year, to be honest. Well, next week is definitely going to be mostly this game. Next week is probably going to be mostly this fucking section of this game. And then should we be able to beat it, we then still have a decent chunk of this game left to play, so... This office is getting hot. Ow, 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 ow. Schedule for December dropped on Discord, by the way, for those of you who missed it. I'll be posting it on Blue Sky shortly, but live viewers and the Discord people get it first. We are playing more Baby Steps on Wednesdays, and we are bringing back movie night for the first two Thursdays in December. We are watching some shitty Christmas movies that are wrestler adjacent. Santa's Sleigh with Goldberg next week on Thursday. And then Jingle Smells the Thursday after that. Starring Hornswoggle, James Storm, and a bunch of conservatives. So look forward to that one. And more Baby Steps. And the Keeleys, of course. We will be live streaming the Keeleys Thursday the 11th / Friday the 12th. 12:30 a.m. Special ASMR Barrylad edition. I'll be quiet. I won't be... Oh, I'm about to say I won't be screaming like this stream. I've kind of been accepting my fate on this stream. I got mad like once on one of these big falls. Other than that, I've been pretty chill about it. You know, I've been pretty chill about it. Brief case of Jokerism. I think I contained it quite well. I'm hoping the Keeleys don't go too long, because even though I'm going to try and be quiet and not irritate my neighbors, I also don't want to be up streaming at like 4 a.m. They list a start time of 12:30 on their website. I assume that's a pre-show to start at 1 a.m.
Oh no!
So 2 hours would be nice. 2 hours would be decent. But I'm not getting my hopes up. I think it could be 3. Feels like we're talking about an AEW pay-per-view. It'll be 5 hours long. I'll say right now ahead of time is that if like that thing goes north of 3 hours, I will have to just call it. I will have to just call it. I'll stream most of it with you guys, but I'm gonna have to have a hard out at some point. What's happening? What is fucking happening in this game?
Ow.
I would love to take some bets. Go to one of those American kind of like house-destroying, family-ruining gambling addiction websites, and just like start a prop bet on whether will I be still doing this for the entirety of next week's stream. I think the odds are really good. I think the odds of this running into January are really good. If this runs into January, I'm gonna have to dedicate Wednesday and Thursday to it, and I will not do a schedule reveal until we beat it. And it's gonna be Wednesday and Thursday Baby Steps until we get it done, and I'm not taking the stairs.
Whoa!
Okay.
Okay.
On the subject of the Keeleys, what's the logical next Kojima thing to be shown off? You know, that's always the old reliable Keeley thing, right? Is a Kojima presence of some sort. Kojima just showed off OD there with the Sophia Lillis game, Hunter Schafer, Jordan Peele thing. So I guess Fizzant would be the next, logically, the next thing that he hasn't shown anything of yet. That if Keeley wanted a grand reveal, that could be it. I suppose they could, I mean, if Fizzant is still a ways off, of course they could show more OD. Because the OD footage they showed, because that actually wasn't Keeley, the last OD footage we got. That was just, I think Kojima just posted it, wasn't it? You know, he's his own man. That was very limited. So like Keeley could have like an actual gameplay demo of OD. That'd be cool. Yeah, Fizzant is an odd one. Fizzant is an odd one. That is the one where, without saying it, they were kind of like, this is going to be a little bit more Metal Gear-y. It's going to be a tactical espionage stealth thing. Didn't they also, like, because that's Sony. OD is Xbox. The horror game with Jordan Peele is Xbox. And Fizzant is Sony again. So post Death Stranding, he's still going to be working with Sony. And didn't they also say it's a movie? Isn't Sony developing it as a... Or they didn't say, they just said we're also going to be working on some live action stuff. I'm trying to remember what they said. They might have just said it's a movie. But I feel like I remember the statement at the time being, it's a game, and also we're going to make a thing. There will be a thing. Oh. Oh. Was Udo Kier supposed to be an OD? Wow. I did not know that. OD is the horror game with Jordan Peele. That was the trailer. The original trailer a couple of like years ago at this stage was like Hunter Schafer and Sophia Lillis like on a soundstage in like a facial capture video game motion capture equipment screaming at the camera. And then like earlier this year he showed some gameplay of it and it looks like PT. It really looks like PT. It looks a lot like a fully developed version of PT. So PT heads, if you're like I wish he got around to making PT. Kind of looks like he's eventually getting around to it. Didn't look very Silent Hills-y, but that's fine. Okay, let's try this. Jordan Peele also came out at the Game Awards for the OD reveal. That was the year people got really mad at Keighley because it was one of many years where he didn't talk about like the layoffs or anything, and then on top of that, people felt like half the ceremony was his celebrity pals coming out and high-fiving him. Including Jordan Peele showing up basically just to say, I'm working on this. I'm always torn on some of that Keighley stuff because on the one hand I'm like, yeah, he should do more, and then on the other hand I'm like, oh brother, that keeps happening. I think I have the right idea. I think this section is not, you're not sidestepping, you're not shimmying across. I think it's you're walking in a straight line across this stretch here. I've said this before on stream, but I think part of what frustrates me about discourse on the Keighlys is that so many people insist on pretending they don't care about it, or pretending that nobody cares about it, which is just like categorically not true. And it's like, that's why you're annoyed. Dude, what is... I feel like I'm cheating. Like, I feel like I'm just trying to get his foot to clip. Like, this feels like it's not supposed to be... Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. He stopped. Well, folks, he stopped. No Hades next week, folks. Oh, God. At least I got what I wanted from extending this stream. I wanted to get to that section again and figure out, was my idea correct, that you're not supposed to sidestep it because his big fat gut prohibits you from doing that. I think I had the right idea there. It's just I stretched him too far or he lost his footing. But again, that felt like wrong. That felt like I was like maneuvering the camera in such a way that it caused the character to like clip onto a platform I wasn't supposed to get on. Like, that felt wrong. You know what I mean? Oh, dearie me. Alrighty. That's going to do it for Baby Steps for this week. We'll be back on. So we're doing a little day switch. So Wednesday will be Baby Steps Day starting next week, okay? And for the first 2 weeks of December, movie night will be Thursday. And then again, it is going to be pre-taped stuff for the 17th and 18th and the 24th and the 25th. I'm going to try and do some New Year stuff as well. I got some year-end stuff I was actually thinking of doing to kind of wrap stuff up a little bit. So only 2 weeks of live streams, unfortunately, in the month of December. But I'm really excited about the stuff we've got lined up. Bikini is included in that. Thanks for sticking with me, folks, and helping me through my Baby Steps journey. We will get there. It might be February 2026. We'll get there. I will talk to you fine, folks, in a little while. I'll be talking to you on the Discord, and then I'll see you next week for... So we're doing a double whammy. Back-to-back Baby Steps. Wednesday, this coming Wednesday is Baby Steps. I will see you there. Have a good weekend, and I'll be talking to you in the Discord in the meantime.